Hey everybody, and welcome to G&A Podcast. Your host, Sobroni, and
Yerp!
I gotta always be prepared for some kind of crazy intro.
I know.
I'm always off guard.
Yeah, I just want to sound like a straight black man for once.
Yeah,
I think I nailed it.
Well,
right?
you sounded more like a dog. I thought you were doing Scooby Doo again.
Oh well, fuck me.
But if you can't tell, he's in studio again this week.
That's right, y'all.
Yeah,
We is in the house for.
we're literally in the house right now.
Literally in the house.
All right, so let's just get it started. Starting with changing the order this week. Let's start with Attack on Titan. So do I do it?
You always go first.
All right. So this episode, we pick up right where we left off with Connie looking at the Titan in the house, and he's kind of just like freaking out. One of the soldiers comes over to him and is like, "Oh, don't worry, there's no bodies or blood anywhere, so we think everyone must have been able to escape." And so he kind of feels relief for a second, but then immediately hears a Titan call his name, or he say "Welcome home," and he thinks it's his mom. So he starts freaking out again. Meanwhile, shit's going down with Erwin and the rest of them heading back to they're heading to the camp, and they have their little confrontation with the pastor. Shows up, looking at all the people who were devastated by the Titan attack, and they keep trying to probe him for more information, but he's not budging. But then he tells them to go look into asking Krista, who is part of their group, the scouting unit, and she's on the front lines. She's hanging out with the other bunch of the group, with Ymir and Connie and the rest of them in a castle that they find. And episode kind of ends with everyone making headway towards the castle, and the castle being under attack by a shit ton of Titans.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I shipped Ymir and what was her name?
Krista?
Yeah, Krista. I shipped them so hard. As long as everyone does.
They were like, yeah, I think that's the established lesbian couple in the show.
Yeah, that's definitely the Neptune and Uranus of Attack on Titan.
And I just found it was 12 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, I figured as much.
Because it was going really, really fast paced.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's no way there's going to be 24, 25 episodes of this craziness happening. Every episode's a cliffhanger, and
yeah. Also, some key points. Maybe I was going like in and out of what you were saying, because I was like reading over my notes, just thinking like, what really happened? Yeah, big thing. There's like two groups like surveying like the whole perimeter of the wall to look for the hole. I think you kind of left out like the fact that they can't find the hole in the wall.
Yeah, they can't find the hole, but they end up in a castle.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's kind of a big deal.
Not yet. It isn't.
Yeah, they're kind of a little bit busy, but soon will be. Also, I'm very scared of their ability to their plan to just use Eden to like fix the wall.
They
like,
always use Eren to fix the wall. This is the second time that this happened.
Yeah, but like before it was just like plug it up with a fucking like boulder. This is like use a power that you've never used before. Maybe you use it, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll go berserk and kill everyone. Who knows? Like, I don't know, I think that's a little bit irresponsible of them to just be like, hey, yeah, let's throw it on. Literally, let's assign this very delicate task to the Hulk, like, essentially.
Well, yeah. But I am liking how there's, like, up until that point, Erwin and his group did not play, like, any real role in the series so far, in the second season. Like, they're hardly in it. It's mostly just the rest of the Survey Corps.
Yeah.
Like Sasha. Sasha has more lines and screen time than fucking Mikasa, Armin and Erwin put together.
Not complaining.
Yeah, not complaining. I'm just saying it's kind of weird that up until now that the main characters are being like, it's episode 3 and we barely see them, which I like because it's giving the other characters like depth.
Yeah. But now I feel like they had their obligatory episodes, and now they're like, all right, back to the main shit.
I feel like they're gonna focus on a bit more on Krista and Ymir.
Yeah, definitely.
And then definitely shift over to the main group.
Yeah. Also, it was really funny because Jeffrey thought that somehow his crazy theory was somehow...
My crazy theory is not a crazy theory, and it is correct, but continue.
It's not correct. He still has no proof that people are eating each other and turning the Titans.
I'm just saying there's nothing that disproves it, and
just because people
pointing
towards it. Oh no, people turn to Titans. We never knew that. Oh wait, Annie. Oh wait, Aaron. Oh
okay,
wait.
But we knew that people turned into like super crazy strong Titans, but not the everyday average Titan. Like, the Titan that's in Connie's house is just like a regular, small, baby Titan.
Who can talk.
But it's not like a special Titan like Annie or anyone else.
Okay, so something happened to them. I will say there's some new thing that's happening to them. But I don't know. Maybe it's cannibalism, maybe it isn't.
Oh, maybe it's Jeffrey's theory, maybe it's not. I don't know. Who's to say?
I don't know. I just think cannibalism, that's just very out of left field.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a ton of cannibalism in the show, so.
I will admit your theory has gotten a bit, like, it's like 1% stronger just because of...
That's fine. 99 more episodes like this, and my theory will be 100% proven correct then.
Thank God there's only, like...
10 more episodes or 9 more episodes. Also, I didn't mention this at all last week, but I'm not a fan of the opening. Like, I think the opening, like, animation is really good, but I don't like the song. Maybe it's because I'm still too hyped on, like, the first opening for Attack on Titan being so good, and then the rest of them kind of not being that great.
I don't think I've seen the second one, to be honest. And I'm not expecting.
You did. You just don't remember it because it's like so not memorable compared to the first one.
Oh, was it actually like? Were you actually watching it?
What you mean?
We saw the episode.
Oh no, I skipped past the opening.
Oh, okay. I definitely didn't watch it.
I
definitely don't.
You've never seen the opening?
I'm not a person who watches out openings to anything. Like,
wow.
Usually,
you know how much work goes into creating an opening, and you just disrespect
I don't care.
So disrespectful.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I don't think it's that. I like the animation, but I don't like the song. That's it.
Alright. Moving on. Boku no Hero Academia Dos, Episode 3. So, where they left off, the race started, and everyone was stopped by a bunch of robots.
Racist.
Really? Said the guy who's like, oh, that's not Shaquille O'Neal in the City's video.
That has nothing to do with this.
Oh yeah, you shut the fuck up. Hey, you're a racist. That's any other black guy. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, a bunch of robots are attacking, or essentially holding them up from like advancing. Course, the son of Mr. Freeze and I don't know, Firestorm. I'm just putting like two random heroes together and saying that's the baby, but that's more or less something.
Not bad. Off the top of your head.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of it. That's kind of what he is. He easily blows past it. Then so does Bakugo, and then some of the people from Class A. Eventually, people. They breezed through it. Second obstacle was like a canyon, like with like a pit, like a fall.
Yeah, they have to like a bunch of they have to climb across a bunch of ropes that connect to little pillars across a great canyon.
Yeah, and once again, Mr. Freeze is like, haha.
It's funny how these two I'm not even calling him Mr. Freeze, but Todoroki and Bakugo have like the one power that's perfect for all of these little events that they have to do to keep them in first.
Yeah, right. So yeah, Bakugo also easily just flies through. No, no one exactly falls off that we see, or that's important.
I wish they did. I wish that some people died during the race.
Okay, well, I'm not.
Well, not died.
I'm not a homicidal crazy person.
They could like
some
fall
people.
off the ledge or like get knocked out or something. Come on. It implies that everyone passed the race and all the challenges.
I mean, when you come in like dead last, does it really count as winning?
Yes.
No, it does not. And the last obstacle was a minefield. Everyone was kind of being like really careful about it, which I didn't understand. I thought the what's Mr. Freeze's name? Todoroki?
Yeah.
Todoroki, he easily could have just like blown them all up.
I don't get his power. Like, can he just make a pillar of ice going over the minefield and just like, you know, like Iceman from X-Men?
He's literally like Iceman.
Yeah, so can he just go over the minefield?
I wasn't gonna say that. I said literally just be like fucking Firestorm, set them all up in like a straight line, and then just freeze through and then slide through, and you win.
He doesn't even use his fire powers. He just uses. That's the other thing. He's half weak because he doesn't use his fire powers. He uses his ice powers.
Yeah, now that you think about it, I've never seen him use his fire powers at all. I just assume he chose not to. Is that actually like confirmed that he can't use them?
I don't know if he can. I was either assuming that he can't use them, or it's like something like, if I use my fire powers, they're so strong I can't control them, or something crazy shit like
probably.
Goes Super Saiyan 2 in the fights or something.
Let's see. But yeah, of course, despite all this hacks,
you'll never win. You'll never guess who wins the race.
Oh, you'll never guess. Of course, I don't know how to say his first name.
Midoriya.
That's not his first name.
Oh, Deku. Or is that his nickname?
Yeah, this is definitely.
Why are you trying to say his first name? Just call him by his two common names.
Yeah, I call him Midoriya. That's like literally Midoriya. Like that's like.
Just say Deku.
Okay, we'll call him Deku. Oh,
so I can think of Legend of Zelda every time you say it.
Yeah, like, I don't want to say that either. That just sounds stupid. I'll just stick to Midoriya. Anyways, he... using his shield, well, a piece of the robot from the first race, he used that to literally dig up the mine bombs and then set them all at once to propel him, even though his One for All ability could have easily done the same shit.
Well, he said he didn't want to use it because it's too early.
You literally could just put it on your toe and just probably catapult it straight into the arena. But no, he sets them all off, and then, but he doesn't go as far as he needs to, and like first and second are about to catch up to him, Bakugo and Todoroki. So then he slaps down the piece.
He kills them
in midair, sets up all the landmines. The landmines, by the way, are non-lethal, and sets up a whole shit ton again, just propelling him even further. And somehow he ends up winning.
Pretty much.
Like that's actually what happens. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, he won!" Blah blah blah. Like everyone's all like, Bakugo literally. I literally. He makes me so uncomfortable.
Bakugo?
He makes me so
I feel like he's like the school shooter in that group. Like,
exactly.
Any second he's gonna snap and kill somebody.
He looked like he's literally just about to he literally is going to be like a bomb and literally just like blow himself up. Like that'd be
he's gonna be the suicide bomber that just fucking blows up half the school.
Exactly. Like, he freaks me out. Anyways, then like the nerd squad evaluates Midoriya's potential net worth. The people from the business school, they're like, "Oh my god, he hasn't shown his quirk yet." Like,
I went to business school. You don't have to make fun of them that hard, all right? Yeah. I get what they were trying to do.
Yeah, it wasn't important. The next game is a cavalry game, which is kind of very. I was a little disappointed when they went the extremely traditional Japanese route for a sports game. I'm like, you guys are a bunch of this is a superhero school full of a bunch of people with extraordinary gifts. The best you can come up for a game is the cavalry game, really. But anyways, that's besides the point. The interesting part is, so the people that you knock out, they are worth certain points, and how much points they're worth depends on their standing from the last race. And since what's his face?
Midoriya.
Yeah, Midoriya came in first. He is worth 10 million points in the next game. So
everybody else is worth 25 points, 30 points, 40 points, and he's worth 10 million.
No, because they just did it by 5.
They did it by 5, going from whoever was in 42nd up, and every other person was increased by 5 points. It does not equal 10 million by the time.
That doesn't. I don't.
Second place is probably probably at most 1,000 at most, and I know it's not that high. I'm bad at math, so.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it off the top of my head right now, but yeah, I probably would. Definitely wouldn't reach 10 million.
Isn't it just 42 times 5 or something? I don't know.
No.
I don't want to pretend I know complex math formulas anymore.
Oh yeah, they add 5 points, right?
Yeah, per.
Yeah. Yes, I think so. Actually. So it should be 200, 300 something.
Anyway, Midoriya is worth 10 million. So
somehow.
So it's just a case of if you beat him, you win.
Essentially, and everyone is just giving him the crazy eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has to kind of deal with that shit. God, I'm surprised if the bomb dude Bakugo doesn't just literally just kill him then and there.
She's just gonna blow him up.
He's ready? Let's go! I'm crazy.
I'm glad that they finally answered one of the questions I had about this series for a while. With they're all supposed to be heroes, and they go on this great big thing about how Midoriya is a real hero because he values, saving other people over himself and putting others before him and all that stuff. That's a true hero. But then they're all competing with each other to be the best hero. So it's kind of paradoxical. You have to put others before yourself, but at the same time you have to be number one and prove you're the best. So they kind of went on and saying I think All Might had a little monologue where he's oh yeah, it's about being being a true hero in the sense of saving others and putting others before you, but at the same time you have to show that you have some kind of resolve and determination to stick out among others and compete with them. So I don't know, it made more sense when he was saying it, but I get the point. I get that it drives home that you're supposed to put others before you and help others, but at the same time not be a pushover and not let other people overpower you.
Yeah, essentially, I get it. It's a good episode. I'm looking forward to next episode of pure bullshit.
I don't think Midoriya is gonna win all the.
Oh, definitely not.
He's not gonna win all the events.
Definitely, that would actually make the anime actually bad in my opinion if he did. They did make him win
because he didn't use any of his abilities to win this first
which
race.
Kind of made me kind of mad. So I'm literally.
I kind of liked it because it sounded he uses. All right, I would like it if he did something ingenious, but it was just whatever kind of stuff. No one else could have thought to just use the bombs to propel themselves further ahead if they're not lethal. It's just if he did some kind of crazy I'm not gonna use my powers, so I'm gonna just use my intelligence, and he did some kind of super crazy trick move or some shit that threw everybody completely off, then it'd be really cool. But
wait, I think what he did was pretty damn smart.
It was smart, but it wasn't so smart that I think it was well, clearly he's more intelligent than everybody else there, and no one else could have thought of that. It's just kind of just I'm more surprised no one else did think of that. If that would have been one of the first things I did when they were oh, by the way, these bombs are non-lethal. I was all right, I'm gonna throw myself on the bombs and let them propel me upward toward.
Oh, well then maybe I'm just fucking stupid. Because I see. I would have done something different. I would just the all for one, put the power in my toe, and then I'd have gotten probably the same effect. Like I thought he was gonna do that, but instead he used the bomb instead. Oh well, same.
Tomato.
Exactly. He still won.
He still won the stupid thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, you had something else to say?
No, I just want to say that like I'm looking forward to seeing the others. I hope they do go a little bit more in depth with the other
heroes.
Yeah, because I kind of like how they showed the what's his face, the dude with the sticky balls, and he just kind of latched on to the other girl, and that's how he won because he just followed. Like, I want to see more interactions by the other classmates besides Todoroki, Bakugo, and Midoriya.
Yeah.
All right, so then next up is Renai Boken.
Oh boy.
So this was a more traditional episode. It had like a formula. Essentially, it followed them splitting up into groups with Goody and I forgot her name. What's her name? The sister.
Good Yuzu.
Is it Yuzu? Yeah,
the blonde one.
The blonde one. Yeah.
Yeah, Yuzu.
So Goody and Yuzu teaming up to form like a duo in the school that matches. It's like a matchmaking duo, and of course they're using the kiss note to match everybody. Every boy who comes in and says I like this girl, they like match them together. Meanwhile, Akane and I forgot his name. Seiji. Akane and Seiji are doing their own thing, and Seiji's trying to get Goody to not abuse the powers of the kiss note so much. Then they run into the class rep, and she has a problem of somebody liking her too much. Meanwhile, the other group of Goody and Yuzu run into one of the teachers, and they read his poems and find out he loves the class rep. So, of course, they split up, and Akane and Seiji try to team up with the class rep to get the teacher to not express his feelings and kind of just give up. And the other two team up with the teacher to kind of get him to force himself to in a situation where he reveals how he feels to the girl. And they go overboard to the point where they stage a robbery, but it ends up being a real robbery, and a lot of shit happens. Crazy shit happens. Akane goes a bit crazy, but in the end, it turns out the class rep never did. She always did like the teacher. It's just that she didn't want him to say anything yet because they're still teacher and student, so they can't have any kind of relationship. So she just tells him, tell me how you feel after we graduate, and I'll get a job and work my way, get a high-paying job to compensate for your low salary, and we can be together. So it kind of had like a happy ending.
Definitely a happy ending. Literally, the whole bank scene was just priceless.
Yeah, the bank scene was like the central part of the episode.
Oh my god, I think this might be my episode of the week.
Really?
Like, unless I say otherwise, like, shit, no, there's an anime that definitely beats that. But this was a very close second.
Yeah, it was a good episode. It was a really good episode.
Very close second. Like, that bank scene was fucking hysterical. Like, everyone is just hung to each other, like, whatever. And the guys are like, we're actually holding guys hostage. She's like, oh my god, guys, take a picture. Like,
the class rep got me because she was like, they're holding her hostage, and then the teacher shows up, and she's like, oh my god, don't you have a staff meeting right now? You're late.
Your staff meeting. What are you doing here? Oh my god.
Yeah, and of course, I still like Guri a lot, because she's just so over the fucking top with everything.
Yeah, I don't really dislike anyone.
Yeah, so far everybody's really likable.
Yeah.
Even somebody I normally wouldn't like Yuzu. Normally I don't like her type of character, but I don't know, she's kind of cute. She's kind of likable.
Yeah, I thought she'd just be like that one who's like always like shitting on the main character just because like whatever. But then she's also like, I also have like my own vision of love and I get swept up in it and yada yada yada. Like her and Goody like just build off on each other really well.
Oh, I forgot the opening of the episode was literally just
oh my god!
The literal opening. Like the first 5 seconds of the episode, I I thought I had skipped ahead or something because it literally just opens with Yuzu running into like Akane's trash and getting her trash and then running into a car and like sniffing it.
She's like, oh my god, Akane's use tissue.
Oh, Akane's used tissues.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, it's 5 seconds in. You didn't even like give me a chance to sit down yet.
Oh my god.
Shit's already going crazy. So yeah, no, that was a really fun episode actually.
Yeah. Also, I like the whole the takeaway message, like, oh, you know, you don't have to. When they ask like, oh, wouldn't you guys rather like us write your name in the book, like with you two, and then she's like, no, I don't need that. I'll just watch as the love grows.
Yeah,
naturally.
like the process of falling in love is more important than the love itself. Sometimes, I guess. It was kind of. I mean, I get the point of the message, but you know.
But what?
Oh, right. I don't know. I get the point of her saying, listen, if you just make us fall in love, it's not as good as us genuinely falling in love with each other.
Yes.
Is the message.
Yes.
But at the same time, like, they both already love each other. Might as well make it like a definite thing.
Or not, especially if it's not meant to be. Who knows?
Maybe it's not. I don't know. Well, I like to assume it was because I like to leave my episodes in a happy feeling.
Fuck that.
I'm surprised you liked it. I thought you didn't like teacher student romances. Mr. Kuzi no Honkai.
No, they're all bitches like not this Akane. Like other Akane. But no, it was.
She was also a really good character too, the class rep.
Yeah.
Especially at the end.
Yeah, at the
She's
end.
like, I never said I didn't love him.
Yeah. She was like kind of evil in her own like fun way.
It was a fun episode. I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I fucking loved it. Time for next one. Next is Eromanga Sensei.
Yeah, Eromanga Sensei.
This is my episode of the week.
Same. Oh wait, no, it's not my episode of the week. But continue.
Wait, were you gonna say Danmachi?
Shh, don't spoil it.
Oh really?
We'll argue about it when we get there.
Anyways, Eromanga Sensei. Second episode. A new girl that knocks on their door, on Izumi's door. She's like, "Hi, I'm Megumin. I'm the class rep of the school."
Explosion.
I'm a class rep of oh shit, what's her name again?
Sagiri?
Yeah, Sagiri. I literally only know her as Eromanga. Yeah, like I'm Sagiri's class rep. Like she hasn't gone to school. I kinda want her to come to school. Before that she's just like, oh yeah, and I really like dicks.
Wait, how do you even get? I forgot how she brought that up. She was like, I think she literally just was like, "Oh, you're not attractive. You're not attractive to me. Does your
like
dick not work or something?"
Yeah, my little sister act didn't get you, huh? Like, oh, I guess. Well, I guess you just can't get hard from me, can you? That's a shame. I really love dicks.
Yeah, she had the best lines of like ever in the show.
Yeah,
Like...
of course, we all love dicks. Like, I love it because even though it's over the top, it's actually like relatable.
Yeah, this whole episode made it feel very relatable.
Because we all were in middle school saying the same shit that she was, being really stupid.
Yeah, I could picture myself saying some stupid shit to somebody like that, just to like piss them off.
I mean, I was in the closet, but I wouldn't say. But if I can go back in time, still have the same mentality that I do now. I would just be like, I love dicks, guys.
I would say the second half of what she said, which was, oh yeah, your sister loves dicks, doesn't
Your sister loves dicks. I love dicks. Your sister loves dicks. We love the same dicks.
By the way, the dojins write themselves. I easily see that being like a 3-way kind of pairing thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you're into that stuff. But yeah, after her whole spiel about dicks, yeah, she spends most of the episode trying to convince Sagiri to come to school, and literally in one of the it's okay. So I'm gonna level with you guys. I didn't take so much notes on it because the scene was so good that I didn't even want to like stop.
He was too busy like fucking thinking about the dick scene to even bother taking notes.
And then and then just everything else that happened, like, right. God, what's his name? Izumi. Izumi tries to get Sagiri to talk to Megami, and Sagiri is like, no. Instead, she like wiretaps him. Like they have a conversation, and that conversation is just fucking like amazing. Like,
well, yeah, I like the main character too because Izumi is just like very honest about everything and doesn't see the. Like, she asked him, like, oh, what does your little sister, what does she do? Oh, she draws very lewd, erotic pictures and shit.
Yeah, and, like, he's gonna try to, like, make it up, and then, meanwhile, poor girl is, like, dying inside, upstairs. Oh, your sister, is your sister perm? She's erotic! Yeah, and then like the whole like, oh, you can't let her get out? Okay, I have an idea for you. Cut her internet, and then
that was like the best scene for me. That was my big scene.
Yeah, that was like
like, cut the internet, and then like they pan out and like super dramatic faces for both Sagiri and Izumi. Like, the fuck did you just say?
Yeah, he's like, what kind of animal are you? Like, with the internet, what? Yeah, I like it because she gets such. I love her. She's easily my favorite character. She gets such good reactions from both of them. She hasn't even met like.
Yeah, she hasn't even met her yet. Didn't even talk yet or anything. It feels kind of weird because they did so much interacting with each other, but they didn't even technically talk to each other at all.
Exactly. And then I believe that she I think she called Sagiri on her own phone and started like wiretapping herself to like.
Yeah, like she called Sagiri on her own cell phone and then hit it and then questioned her brother on what he likes about her.
Yeah, and then he gave this whole like wonderful lovey-dovey felt shit that I wasn't really paying attention to, and then she was like, oh my god, my brother loves me, blah 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 blah. Anyways,
I mean, it wasn't super lovey-dovey. It was kind of creepy. I mean, that's why he was like saying things like, "Oh yeah, I wash her underwear every day." And,
yeah, he's like, "How can I fall in love with you so easily when I wash her panties every day?" Right, that is creepy. Yeah, fun first half. Then the second half, which is almost as good in some ways. Izumi was shot down by on one of his ideas by his editor. Thank you. And she's like, come with some new shit. You have a meeting tomorrow. Bye. So he spends all night making something new. Goes to the meeting. And then he sees some woman. Not a woman, some girl, excuse me.
Some, like, little 10-year-old.
Like, yelling at the editor, trying to convince her to give, like, essentially let Eromanga Sensei, freelance for her. Even though, obviously Eromanga Sensei is with Izumi. So that being said, Izumi just comes in as it happens. She's like, who are you? And he's like, who are you? And then they reveal their true identities. Like, I'm an author, and she's like, I'm an author.
She says in a much more bitchy way, but
yeah. And then she's like, I want to take Eromanga Sensei from you because no one really likes your shit. And they like mine a lot more. And I'm doing a lot better. And only she can make, she's only the best for me. essentially.
Then the editor throws mad shade her
Oh
way.
my
So much shade.
God, that was not shade. See, people get confused with what shaded it was to read someone. She read that bitch for filth. Oh my God. Shade is when you kind of like make like an offhand, like slight backhanded like comment. Like that was not slight backhand. That was full pimp slap. Yo, he was coming after her. I'm just like,
like, calm down. It's just an 11-year-old kid.
Yeah,
She's gonna commit suicide after this.
Exactly. Like it was. Yeah, it was pretty brutal. Like that's like the kind of shit you see on like the Housewives of Enter the City here. But yeah, essentially the editor makes her go away, and just the entire scene, like she's just like some overly obnoxious like girl, and she eventually leaves. Then like the scene ends with Izumi begging Sagiri to not leave him, and she's like, "Are you okay?" She opens the door out of concern, which is kind of sweet. But yeah. And then she shits on him because he bought the wrong snacks for her.
Well, she didn't shit on him. She just kind of tells him, like,
"Oh, I hate your tasting sweets.
Your tasting sweets is garbage. Get me better sweets." And then she just closes the door.
Yeah, I'm like, bitch, how about you get some... Anyways.
But, I don't know. I find her, like, a lot more likable than Kirino. Like, even though she does get bitchy with her demands and stuff, like, I don't like these sweets and shit like that. Like, normally I'd get offended by that, but it's like, but she's so cute. And, like, the way she opened the door and was like, "I'm worried because you sounded so distressed and rowdy."
I know, she just really has some incredibly cute moments. Like, incredibly cute.
Yeah.
So, like, I let it go. Even though I do think it's kind of disrespectful that you're always in your room.
She's the best little sister portrayal that this guy's done, because when it was like Kirino, it was like, Kirino was 90% bitch, and then like 10% of the time she was kind of cute. This girl is a lot more like 50-50.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to be angry at her, because it's like, I was kind of bitchy, but you're so cute, and you're going to say something cute like 5 seconds from now.
Yeah, agreed.
So, and then there's the, I'm actually glad that this episode answered the issue I had last episode, which was like, I like the show, but what direction is it really going to take? And now we know. Yeah. It's going to have a bunch of really weird characters show up and and the whole purpose is to get Sagiri to leave her room.
Essentially. Which, if there anything like Megumin, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Like, my goal for the show now is to see Sagiri and Megumin interact, and to see Sagiri and assholes at Yamada Elf Sensei,
Yamada Elf.
Yeah, interact with each other. I don't know. I just want to see her like actually interact with all these weirdos.
I know. I think that would actually, it kind of makes me feel some type of way, because those interactions would be so fun. But yeah, like her whole shtick is she's always in her. Yeah,
she's gonna be in her room. I'm guessing that they're all just gonna end up barging into her room, and like her room is gonna be like the hot spot or something.
That would be cool. But if that happens, it won't be anytime soon.
No. And I don't know how many episodes this is. It doesn't say. So, I don't know. Hopefully, a lot. I'm hoping it's 24 episodes or something.
I doubt it.
I doubt it, but I hope so.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool.
Yeah. Moving on?
Yeah, moving on to my episode of the week. Danmachi Sword Oratorio. This was the first episode because, of course, it started really, really late in the season. And it kind of starts off right in the middle of an action sequence with, what's her name? Lafia? Is it Lafia? Who is the elf. If you've watched Danmachi, I'm going to go from the perspective. If you haven't watched Danmachi, it's basically about it's MMO style, like sort of online, where, they're not trapped in a game, but it's very game-like, where there's a dungeon and there's adventurers, and the point of it is these adventurer guilds, which are called Familia, are trying to get to the highest point in the dungeon, and there's more treasures the higher you go, and you can show how strong you are. The characters level up when they get enough experience, so it's very video game-ish. And this particular one follows one of the familias that was in the original Danmachi, which was Aiz and Lafia and their whole band of heroes. And it starts off with them fighting some random enemies and going on about how... it starts off with Lafia fucking up because she can't do a chant. And then she's like the group mage. So if your mage can't do a spell, it's kind of a problem. And then they reach a rest area in the dungeon, and they try to cheer her up, and her mentor kind of like scolds her for fucking up. And then suddenly, even though it's supposed to be a safe area, they get attacked by these really, really horrible looking caterpillar monsters that like just spit acid everywhere.
Yeah, they would literally get the Titans run for their money.
They're like right up there with the Titans because shooting at you can't hit them because they their blood is acid and it like burns your skin right off. Like one guy had his arm burned off. And then so their whole party has to organize to kind of fight like this army of caterpillar acid monsters. And a lot of the episode is just that action scene going on and Lafia fucking up again. I don't understand how she fucks up so much because it's just, if you're a mage and all you have to do is read a spell, like chant a spell, it shouldn't matter what anyone else is doing. Just chant your goddamn spell and get it over with.
Yeah, if anything, if I saw a bunch of monsters trying to kill me, if anything, I'd want to chant even faster. Yeah, just
chant faster. Stop chanting. Like, don't do that. So everybody's covering her, and then her master comes in and uses like some OP pyromancy fucking firestorm spell and blows the shit.
Why would you say that? Why would you trigger me?
Blows the shit out of all the caterpillars in the area. And they retreat back because it's not safe anymore. They're going back home. And they run into a group of minotaurs who they promptly beat the shit out of. But because the minotaurs are afraid, some of them escape. And Aiz and the rest of them go after the minotaurs that escape because they're headed to lower levels where there's lower level adventurers who might not be strong enough to kill the minotaurs. And Aiz ends up saving a guy from one of the minotaurs by brutally slaying it in front of him and showering him in blood. And if you've seen Danmachi, that's exactly the exact scene that the first episode of Danmachi picks up from. So it was a nice little bit of continuity in that sense.
This is a prequel?
It's not the prequel because they're side by side with each other. But the end of this first episode is literally the beginning of the first episode of Danmachi.
Gotcha.
First season. So now I guess they're going to go parallel to each other, but from a different perspective.
Cool.
So that's fun.
Yeah. I liked this episode. I did.
I liked it because it was... maybe it's been a while since I've seen Danmachi, but I felt it was a lot more... Like, I wasn't used to that level. I wasn't expecting that much violence in the first episode. Because there was, like, a lot of really violent situations. Like, somebody getting their arm melted off. Or a bunch of blood spraying everywhere. Or the Minotaur getting his fucking neck snapped.
His arm was getting burned. And it wasn't melted off.
It was half his skin melted off. Also, I really like the characters because they're all fucking awesome. The sisters are awesome.
Oh, yeah. The twins are good.
The asshole brawler... Beat, a werewolf guy is really cool. Yeah. Aiz is... I kind of wasn't into her in Danmachi, but I don't know. I liked her this episode. She kind of grew on me this episode. And
I don't really have an idea about, I don't have any...
this is gonna be good because you have no idea of what's
I have no impression of her. Like, she didn't leave much of one. She was just like, I'm a princess.
That's how she felt in Danmachi.
And she's just like, I'm just a princess who's just really strong, and I go around killing stuff and looking really pretty while doing it. Although I say at the last scene, I saw like a bit of it.
Yeah, the last scene she showed more emotion.
Where she like pouts and like blushes.
Yeah.
Because the guy ran from her.
And that guy's the main character of Danmachi.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But I don't know. For those of you who haven't seen it, I think it's a good measure to say it's like a cross between Sword Art Online and Log Horizon, in that it has a lot of action, like sort of online. It does the whole dungeon crawling thing, but it has more like MMO elements in it, like with the whole parties and people have different classes. Bless you. People have different classes and they have to work together, and there's a bit of politics involved and stuff like that. So there's a bit of a cross between those two series. And that was my episode of the week. I really liked it. I liked all the characters. I liked the way it bridged the gap between that and Danmachi season 1.
Also, I love how their boss is literally like a child.
Yeah, their boss is like a little kid.
Finn, Huckleberry Finn.
I'm actually confused by their. I think because all the Familia have like a god as their leader. So I don't know if that kid is a god, or I have to go back and watch the original Danmachi, or if they have another god that's their like head of their family. Because I know Hestia is the head for Belle's family. I don't know. I gotta watch. I don't know. It was a good episode. I'm glad. I can't wait to see more. A lot of good action, a lot of good characters. Looked fun. Had a good balance between comedy and plot and action. The only one I didn't like was Lafia. But from what I've heard, she gets better. So
I think that's like the whole point.
The whole point of the series is for her to get better. But I hope she can get a spell off by next episode. I don't want this to be the Akko of.
Triggered.
Alright. So then next
is Shinogadian.
Thank God I don't have to do this one.
I feel like it's gonna be very short, actually, because the episode itself was short. Basically, Riku. I don't even want to call him Riku because there's like 3 characters named Riku in this game. I'm just gonna call him Jin.
That's what I've been calling him.
Jin's game is being discontinued. The one that he plays, Dungeon Century.
Mm-hmm.
The episode, as the episode continues, the person who created the game, which is Rikurei's father, Riku. Oh, shit. I forget what his name was.
It's incredible how hard this is to follow for like a 10-minute episode long.
There's so much
It's
shit
like just
like a lot happens, but nothing happens at the same time. It's really weird. But Rikurei's dad. Also, I just don't pay attention to his name because like whatever. But he's like kind of hinting. Well, no, he does say like this is a prototype essentially for like this new game called Grave Buster, yes. Excuse me, so people who are still playing Dungeon Century are like all bummed out with like, hey, might as well go out with a bang rather than a whisper. Jin and Rikurei agree, and they try to find the flower that grants any wish. I forget what it's called because they have like this name, but it's like whatever. But yeah. But as that game is ending, there's a new game coming, like we said, called Grave Buster, that is being launched by Rikurei's dad. And there's just like all like you literally would have to be blind to not see that like this is all like somewhat evil intent in this, all up in this shit.
Yeah.
Like
they made it as sinister as possible.
Exactly. Like, it was so ominous. I was just like, I literally in my notes, I just like prelude to Sword Art Online. Like, they were like, huh, even realer than reality.
This is the new reality.
We're eat your children. Like,
yeah.
That's literally pretty much what happened. God, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
You know what? Like, I'm upset that this series is 10 minutes because, like, I like the concept of it, and if it was, like, an actually, like, you know, normal length series, like 12 episodes, 13 episodes, and episodes were 23 minutes, I think it could be really good. Like, it could be a decent series. But as it is now, there's so much random shit happening, and yet nothing happening at the same time every episode. I'm completely, like, I'm not lost, but at the same time, it's like, but what happened, though? Like, it's so hard to follow. And it's so hard to grip you because so much shit is just happening in 10 minutes.
Exactly. And also, I want to... not sure if we talked about it, but was this maybe I'll look it up on like my own time, but like I was wondering, like, is Juno Guardian, like, did this have like roots in like was this based off like a Chinese?
I think Korean.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's Korean. Or no, maybe Chinese. No, it's
It
Chinese.
looks
Chinese.
Yeah, it look. Oh yeah, based on the Chinese webcomic. Yeah,
Chinese.
that's like another reason why I'm being so confused with these names, because they're still making it very powerfully like Chinese names, like Riku. That's why everyone was calling her like Rikure, and I'm like, why the whole name? But I guess it's like a Chinese thing to do. I really wouldn't know.
It's weird to see like a Chinese Japanese adaptation.
Yeah, it's a very interesting, which is kind of why I picked it.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
I feel like once they do the whole startup online thing, then like it'll pick up and actually get interesting, and we'll actually know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe not,
or maybe not. Moving on.
Lastly, we have Alistair Zoroku, and this one starts with, surprisingly enough, Zoroku's granddaughter coming back because she was mentioned in the last episode. First off, it starts off with the fact that this is a 23-minute episode. Thank God, not 44 minutes.
Amen to that.
Yeah. So, 23 minutes. And then she shows up and she notices that Sana is asleep. And she's just kind of like, oh, wow, she's so cute. And she wakes her up and scares the shit out of Sana to the point where she just like clings to the wall and jumps up. And then the first half of the episode is just her kind of trying to get Sana like to be friendly with her. She does like cute little poses and tells her she has breakfast ready for her and stuff, and does like this whole hand puppet thing where she has like a pig hand puppet for some reason, and then Sana summons a bunch of pigs. And it goes through the whole episode with them two together. She ends up making her breakfast and talking to her and stuff like that, and kind of like being her friend, to the point where Sana starts to open up to her about some of the things that she experienced when she was first in the institution. And then they try to go to see their grandfather, and Sana can't do teleportation right, so they end up going all over the place. Literally, like to like the South Pole. And eventually they end up in the flower shop with her grandfather, and like a bunch of pigs also got teleported there as well. And their grandfather just starts yelling at them, and at the same time these two, I guess they're detectives. Are they detectives? I had no idea what they were.
Yeah, we don't know
we don't know who they are, but like throughout the episode they were trying to meet with Zoroku, and I'm thinking they're the detectives or something. They show up at the shop and they're like, nope. And it kind of ends.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting, like if they were people hired by the facility.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
That would be cool, given the fact that one of them has like a past with Zoroku already.
Mm-hmm. And I really like the episode. I really like the granddaughter.
Yeah, she is so chill. Like I actually wrote my notes. I was like, is she high?
Yeah, she has that kind of like high, like lingering voice. That really soft Japanese. I'm trying to think of another Japanese anime character, because that's like a trope where they have certain characters that just speak really slow and high, like.
Shit, I have a good one.
There was one in Kill Me Baby, I forgot her name.
There was one in Maid Dragon and Kozo Kozo.
Cozy Kodo, kind of a bit like that. Yeah. But even more so.
Yeah, but even
like
more.
Way more. But she's not stupid either. She's like clearly very in tune with what's going on, how Sana feels and stuff, and she's kind of like, don't leave because, that'll make grandfather worried. And, I don't know. She makes pancakes. Oh, she's so cute and sweet and nice. She's like the perfect granddaughter.
Yeah. Also, I liked the backstory about Sana. And it was it's interesting. Yeah, kind of scary. to know that everything that Sana learned, she learned from like other people like her. Like they didn't even bother educating her on what it means to be a human. I think they did that on purpose to like, because knowledge is power, and then they're like, you already have power to change reality. We're not trying to give you like information.
Yeah.
So you can use that to your advantage when you eventually like escape.
And the little bit that they do show of the institution, I like how they're kind of keeping it ambiguous, because it's not like she was tied up and like whipped or something like that, overtly evil. But they did, like, you can see like they're running experiments on her and like testing her and doing physicals on her constantly and stuff. So it's kind of like you're not technically being abused, but it looks like this is a very harsh way to treat a child, and very like her privacy is invaded and stuff.
Yeah, it's very like isolated. Like they didn't even like teach her to communicate. Like they truly were trying to,
like, she's just a test subject.
Yeah, they were trying to handicap her in every way just so they can just use her for her powers, because if she just like learned too much, then she would be like, hey, what am I doing here? And then just like vanish, which is eventually what she did anyways.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that the granddaughter has like, I want to like, part of me wants to think that she has some bigger connection with this, like Zoroku and the granddaughter are some part of some bigger thing, because we still know who helped break her out, and technically the granddaughter wasn't there. So I'm thinking another one of my crackpot theories is that the granddaughter was the person that was helping her escape.
I'll let it rock only because I like her so much, even though once again it's like there's no
proof of it. No, I'll admit, in this one, this is just a crackpot theory. There's no proof of anything. I just think it'd be cool if that was the case. And for all I know, it has nothing to do with that, and they're completely unrelated to Sana's escape.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of nervous because I'm like, oh, this is shaping up to be super sweet and like lighthearted. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, watch like the last few episodes.
Oh my god,
isn't
it gonna be like Clannad?
Or the twins? I have a strong feeling the twins are gonna die at some point.
It's gonna go all Clannad on us.
Yeah, like the twins are gonna like try to capture Sana and they're gonna fail, and then the guy's like, "Oh, you failed me for the last time," and then just like snaps their necks or something. I hope it doesn't go that route, but I just have like a feeling it is gonna get really dark.
Them, turns into a Titan.
Yeah, this is all the prequel to Attack on Titan, by the way. But yeah, I like the episode. I want to see more of it.
Yeah, the only thing I wanted in this episode was more Zoroku.
Yeah, he didn't have a big role in this episode, actually.
Which, because I really like him as a character. So, and especially I want to see how he is with like Sanae and with Sana.
Yeah.
I hate that. I'm gonna hate that.
That's why I kept calling her granddaughter the whole time.
Oh.
Otherwise, I will guarantee mix up Sana and Sanae in like a heartbeat. Yeah, I want to see how he treats his granddaughter. It looked like from what we saw, like they split the chores and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think he kind of treats her like an adult. But
that's good.
So, yep, that covers all the shows this week, more or less.
Yeah, usually, I know in like the first anime season, people might think I came off like as a bit like harsh and judging on shows, but this season not so much. Like there's nothing here that I'm not looking forward to.
There's like, because we got to pick them for the most part, so it's not like things are super horrible. I mean, like, for me, the worst thing is Guardian, but...
Yeah. Like, if that's the worst, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's not, what did we have last season? What was our worst show last season?
The Idol, Jihen...
Oh, well, the worst show that we finished. Like,
the worst show that we
Idol
finished?
Jihen does not count.
The worst show we finished? Probably... Well, I can go off my Sensei because kind of Big Bang. I think for me it was probably like
probably
the worst one.
Probably Sekirei. Was it Sekirei? Wow, Seiren. Sekirei is actually a good show. Seiren was yeah, probably for me Seiren. But yeah, no, this season is actually pretty good actually. Well, Attack on Titan and Boku no Hero Academia are in this season too, so it helps a lot.
Yeah, so I guess that's it for this week, guys. If you really enjoyed this, please like or comment or subscribe.
Or all three.
yeah, it really helps us a lot in the end. And yeah, anything else to say before we go?
I mean, that's about it. We're watching other shows in our own time, so maybe we'll do some reviews of those later on.
God willing.
God willing. Other than that, no, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. See you guys again next week. Later.
Bye.